Hi, everybody. Welcome to day 5 of biology virtual learning. Today, unfortunately, I was really excited for it, would have been a lab day, but because we are going to continue looking at labs, unfortunately not necessarily doing them unless you have the supplies and you want a challenge, we're going to be looking at a lab together, and we're going to do it through watching a video. So let's jump into day 5. As per usual, we'll start off with the answer to yesterday's very tricky riddle. What can fill up a room but takes up no space? My hint was photosynthesis, something that doesn't have any mass, takes up a lot of space, the light. You turn on the light, it fills up the room, but we know light has no mass, which is why it's not a reactant in photosynthesis. Sorry for that shameless photosynthesis plug. Your riddle for today, which I'm really excited that some of you are taking part in, is how do the oceans say hello to each other? It has to do with what I studied in college. So that's the riddle for today. So now we're going to jump straight into our PowerPoint for today. All right. Before we jump into today's content, there's a couple things I want to go over. Tech update. We are all in this together. We all realize that things go wrong. And the number one thing I'm getting from students are panic phone calls and text messages. And I completely understand that. However, before you freak out, before you shoot me 700 text messages, which, I don't mind getting, I'll help you figure them out. This Schoology something went wrong popped up. It happened on a lot of people's screens. It happened on my screen a lot during class. And we know that it's happening. We can see what's happening on both your end and my end. So if something happens, give it a minute, give it 5 minutes, go back and refresh it. Sometimes it just means the site has overwhelmed or inundated with things that needs to be done. So just know that we know that's happening. Everything that you're writing should be on Google Docs. That saves automatically. So you shouldn't lose anything. If you do, let me know you need a little extra time and I can give that to you. This kind of leads me to this bottom part. All the assignments, except for the attendance, is due the following day at 8:20. So anything that I gave you today is not due until 8:20 tomorrow morning. So if you need to step away from my class for 30, 40 minutes because your site isn't working, it's okay. It just means that you'll take a 30, 40-minute break now and have to, later on after your classes, you'll have to come back to it. But we know it's happening and we understand, and we're all in this together. So don't worry that I'm not going to grade something because it's late. I'm very forgiving with that sort of thing. The second piece is kind of the most important part, and it's kind of ironic because if you're not watching this video, then what I'm about to say isn't going to partake to you. So these videos, really important. They are going to give you an introduction. Yes, you sometimes have to listen to me talk, and I'll try to keep it short and sweet, but it also delivers all the new content you're going to learn. There's no way you can understand these big concepts if you do not watch these videos. I had kids emailing me today saying they didn't know how to do the exit ticket. And my first question was, did you watch the video? And they said, oh, it didn't load, or I had to watch the video. Yeah, you got to watch the video. I know you got to see this for 10 minutes, but it's better than the 55 minutes you would have seen me in class. Just saying. If your video won't load, I have become a YouTube sensation. Here is my YouTube account. I have a total of 4 subscribers. But if your videos don't load on Schoology, just jump to the YouTube page. All of them are uploaded, really bad thumbnails. The link is in the resources folder in Schoology, or you probably can just search it up. There's only one Miss King video, blah, blah, blah. So if the video links are not working on Schoology, jump over to YouTube. You have many resources, use them. If you ask me a question or you're getting your exit tickets all wrong, it's probably because you didn't watch the videos and you didn't take the notes. So please make sure you're doing that. That's my technology update / video plug. All right, last thing, just a quick refresher yesterday, Chargaff. Edwin Chargaff came up with this idea of Chargaff's rule, and in DNA we have 4 base pairs, A, adenine, T, thymine, G, guanine, and C, cytosine. The big idea you need to know is that A's always match with T's, and G's always match with C's. If you have 10 A's, you'll have 10 T's. If you have 300 G's, you have 300 Z's. If we're talking percentages, A plus T plus C plus G should equal 100%. But that is all can be found in yesterday's video. Today, you're gonna need your notebook, you need a pencil or a pen, and you need your curiosity and your patience. Our guiding question for today is DNA is a microscopic, so tiny that if I tried to look at my DNA in one of my skin cells, I would not be able to see it with the naked eye. Yet we can see it in our lab without any microscopes. Why do you think that is? And so that is our guiding question that you will talk about today in numerous occasions. And so we are going to do a DNA extraction lab. So before we do this lab, and by say I do, I mean before we watch it together, I want you to pause the video. And you're going to go to your worksheet, the DNA extraction lab worksheet, and you're going to complete all of part 1. This is a pre-work question that's reading the procedures and the materials so you know what's coming. It will look a little different just because our lab would have involved using our own cheeks DNA, but this one we're going to get strawberries. When you're done doing that, it's one question, come back and we're going to watch the video together. So pause me now, space bar, whatever it is. Pause me now, go to the video. You pause yet? Okay. So now we're going to watch this video together as a group. Oopsies. Tech's so much fun. Sorry, it's a little corny. Gross. Okay, so I'm going to pause it really quick right there. This is our strawberry. This is the stuff that we eat. This top layer in this alcohol is you're going to see this kind of film. All of this white filmy stuff, that's all DNA. All of it. So they've taken out the DNA in each cell of that strawberry, and they're going to tell you how. That's all DNA. Like cell membranes. Go. All right, so we just watched them extract a huge chunk of DNA out of those 3 strawberries. This DNA that we previously said, well, we can't actually see it because it's so tiny. And so, thinking back to our guiding question, DNA is microscopic, yet we can see it in our lab without any microscope, Why is that? So with that question in mind, you are going to jump back to Schoology. You are going to post what you think the answer to this question is. It's your thought, it's your opinion. 1 to 2 sentences, you've done this in English. And you are going to respond to one of your peers' responses. This right here, your original post and your response is how you're getting your participation credit for today. This is based on completion, not mastery or accuracy. So it's what you think. If you do it, 100%. If you don't do it, 0%. So you know the drill. So again, pause me. Pause. Yep. Go to Schoology and do this part. Don't forget to come back. So pause. Good one, right? All right. You've written your discussion posts. You have thought about this, and now we're going to stamp some key ideas. So I can't look at one single bit of DNA, one small cell. It's just too small. However, in the strawberries, if we took all of the cells, which are hundreds of millions and billions of cells, and we took the DNA in all of them, we're able to see it. So quick thing, DNA is hereditary material, it's inherited from your parents in the nucleus of every cell. We know that. In each human cell, like they said in the video, there are 2 copies of the genome with 6 billion base pairs. Yeah, that's billion with a B. In any given multicellular organism, like us, like your dog, cat, your brother, there are hundreds of thousands of cells. This means that there are about 12 billion base pairs of DNA. When I say base pairs, I mean A, T, C, and G, in the hundreds of thousands of cells. So there is a lot of DNA in each cell and a lot of cells in multicellular organisms. So the reason we can see the DNA that they extract in the lab is because it's all of the DNA combined. Just to give you some food for thought, your DNA, my DNA, if we were to take all the DNA out of all of our cells, just one person, so all of my cells got all the DNA, you could stretch that from Earth to the sun 61 times. So just my DNA alone. Earth to the sun 61 times. It's crazy how much DNA there is. And so that's the big takeaway from today. Though we can't see one cell's individual DNA, we can see our collective DNA because there is so much of it. Last thing you're going to do is go back to the classwork, complete part 2, those analysis questions, and make sure you do your exit ticket on Schoolology after. Again, all of this isn't due until the next day at 8:20 in the morning. Take your time, give me some quality work, and I will see you tomorrow. Sorry, it's gonna be an awkward pause.